New details tonight in the case of a Los Gatos woman known as the Party Mom. She declined to accept a sentence of 17 years in prison in exchange for a guilty plea.
KTVU South Bay reporter Jesse Gary tells us this means a longer wait for justice for victims and their families as a jury will now decide her fate.
Wearing a forest green prison uniform, Shannon O'Connor sat and listened as Superior Court Judge Elizabeth Peterson announced this case will continue to pretrial motions. O'Connor, through her attorney, declining to plead guilty and accept an indicated sentence of 17 years behind bars.
I'm not exactly surprised by this, given the conduct in this case took place over the course of 9 months and that the defendant took extensive action to try to hide what she was doing from law enforcement, from parents, for quite some time.
O'Connor is accused of felony child endangerment, child molestation, and sexual battery. The 39-count complaint stems from alleged alcohol-fueled sex parties in 2021 for teens, which sometimes involved underage children. Some victims, in impact statements, told Judge Peterson O'Connor made them lie to cover up the abuse from their parents and law enforcement. "I was manipulated to lie to my parents. These events still traumatize me," wrote a minor whom the court identified as John Doe number 1. "Shannon had a huge negative effect. She shaped me into being a kid who lies," wrote John Doe number 2.
This is a very challenging case because of the impact it's created on so many people. But Ms. O'Connor is entitled to a fair trial.
In declining to plead guilty, O'Connor is turning down 17 years behind bars, which is 3 years shorter than the maximum sentence of 20 years. Legal analysts say the next move by defense attorney Brian Madden could be to see a change of venue.
You want a jury to come in with a clean slate and to give Ms. O'Connor the benefit of the doubt. But the problem is now with this media attention surrounding her willingness to accept a court offer, how is a jury going to say, well, she's not guilty?
Prosecutors say witness testimony and mounds of evidence will make their case should this case eventually reach a jury.
The defendant was extreme in her actions. So our goal is to get justice for the victims and for the community, and it has always been that. So whether that happens on a shortened timeline or on a longer timeline, it does not matter to me.
O'Connor will wait in a jail cell until she returns to court in August, first for an evidentiary hearing and then a preliminary hearing, where she could formally enter a not guilty plea after being prepared to plead guilty. At the Hall of Justice in San Jose, Jesse Gary, KTVU Fox 2 News.